What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? What's up, family? And what's up, friends? It's your boy Lowell, and I'm back again. I got to hit y'all with another video. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, I'd like to welcome you all back to another episode of Papa Lowell's Place. Now, y'all know that Papa Lowell's Place is a place where if it's on your mind, then let's talk about it. If it's something that you're going through, let's talk about it. Family and mama and daddy and auntie and cousin and nephew, nieces and all of them talk about it, then doggone it, I say we ought to be talking about it too, all right? Now, first and foremost, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for clicking on and for watching this video. It means a lot to me and it means a lot to this channel as well. So I salute you for that. Now, in today's podcast, we have a video that is very strange to me, especially in 2026. It's extremely strange to me. You know, there used to be a time where, you know, our parents used to tell us that sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. And we're finding out that in 2026 that might not be so true. You know, and also not only names, but also the things that you wear, the things that you care about, the things that are pertinent to you. They can hurt you as well. All right, and they shouldn't. Papa Low is telling you they shouldn't hurt you, but in 2026, yeah. 2025, yeah, those things that you hold near and dear to you, that other people may not hold so near and dear, yeah, they can hurt you, all right? And so, again, without having to give too much away of the video, I'm going to go ahead and let the video speak for itself. And I will sporadically give my commentary throughout the video. Also, I'll give some more detailed commentary at the end of the video, all right? So, without further ado, roll that clip.
Local news now for you, and this story is new at 10. Police are investigating after a woman's car was shot at while driving home on Ronald Reagan Highway Monday night.
Brooklyn Andrews joins us with what we are learning about the story now.
Yeah, Rob, Trisha. So Jody tells me she was driving home Monday evening just like normal when all of a sudden she heard something hit the back end of her car. When she got home, she discovered a few dents in her car from some sort of small caliber weapon. She now thinks she was targeted because her license plate.
Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Targeted because of your license plate. Because your license plate says something that people disagree with. Who cares? Who cares? I hate the Dallas Cowboys. So when I see a license plate that says Dallas Cowboys on it, I have every right and authorization to react in a violent manner because I detest the Dallas Cowboys. Is that what we've come to? Is that what we've come to? If you hate veterans because they have veterans license plates, if you hate, you know, whatever it is that you hate, if you see that particular license plate riding down the street, then you have the right, the acknowledgement to take them out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you look at it. Why not just look at it, see it, turn your head, and go about your business? Why not do that? Is that too easy? Is that asking too much for you to just, you know, conduct yourself as an adult? I guess that's asking too much. Let's continue.
It's just not right to, as a human, to want to hurt someone else just because they disagree with you.
Jody recalls her drive home Monday night.
See, Jody living in 1983. That's Jody living in 1983. In 2026, yes, people will hurt you because of your opposition. Yes. It's not just gangs who have ops. Everyday life, you can garner opposition. And by her having a license plate that reads MAGA girl, that's going to cause opposition. So again, it's not just gangs who have ops. Everyday life, you can you can garner ops as well. Let's continue.
As emotional and scary after an encounter with a vehicle she believes had been tailing her for quite some time.
I looked over and it was a black car, looked like it had tinted windows. But I was like, I'm gonna gun it a little bit. So I shot up, and as soon as I pressed the gas to go faster, I heard a pop pop, and I knew something had hit my car. I did not know what, but as soon as that happened, this guy just tore off.
She says when she arrived home, her and her husband discovered 2 small dents in her right rear bumper where the car was hit. She said this isn't the first time her vehicle has been vandalized, and she believes it's because of her license plate, which reads MAGA Girl.
I've had issues in the past with people flipping me off, which is fine, with people being behind me and honking their horn and yelling profanities.
What's the goal? For all of you who are in direct opposition and who believe that this is okay, what's the goal? Is the goal to get her to change her ideology or her views? Is that the goal? Because as you can see, she's standing there with a Freedom shirt on. And for those who don't know, that Freedom is for Charlie Kirk, right? What's the goal? Is to scare her into believing what you believe? Is that the goal? You failed, because obviously she's not moved. And we just saw her car with the tag still on it. Why not just leave people alone? Is that so hard to do? So what? They think differently than you. That's what human beings do. That's what adults do. We don't have the same ideology. We are not a monolith. We're not. And so again, I realize that when I walk in a room of 30 people, that's 30 different creative ideas that are in that room. And just because I have a certain idea, it doesn't mean that my idea reigns supreme over anybody else's ideas. All right? Now I can debate. I can state my case. I can do all of that. But at the end of the day, those people who have a different idea than I do, they have every single right to have that idea. And who am I? Who am I to resort to violence because they think differently than me? Call them names because they think different than me, or ostracize them because they think different than me. I think that there's a mind virus that is totally eating away at our society because people have these crazy ideas. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't change me. It doesn't affect me in one bit at all. If you wanna be my friend, cool. We can hang, we can laugh, we can joke, and we can do all of that together. If you hate me because I have different ideas than you, then, you know, I'm sorry. Your name calling, your whatever it is that you do, all of that is not going to bother me one bit. If I lose a friend because of it, I just lose a friend because of it. What I do realize is that you were never a friend to begin with. You were only my friend because, you know, we may have had some ideas that kind of coincided together. We may have had those ideas. But the minute you saw that I had an idea that was in opposition to what you had, it became a problem. And so I say, good riddance. Yeah, that's what I say. I say good riddance. Go on and stay in your echo chamber, because apparently you're cool with everybody that thinks the way that you do, acts the way that you do, and, you know, has the same ideologies. Me, I'm good. I will never be that person. Papa Lo will never, ever be that person. Let's continue.
Fine. That words don't hurt me. And I didn't really think there was nothing really to it until last night. And now I'm like, this is kind of serious now, that my license plate could trigger somebody just because I believe something different than somebody else, that it's okay to pull out a weapon of some kind and start shooting at random people that you don't know.
Jody says she filed the police report on Tuesday and is hoping to hear from police on potential suspects. But she mainly wants to warn others to be aware of their surroundings always.
Anything could have happened last night. That's what kind of hits me the most, is that I could have crashed. I could have been hit if they would have hit my window.
What that news reporter just said is a doggone shame. She wants to warn others to be aware of their surroundings. You gotta be aware of your surroundings because of what you have on, because of what you have. Come on, family. Y'all okay with this? Y'all okay with this? Y'all, whether you're on one side or the other, y'all are okay with this. Y'all co-sign with this. I can tell you right now, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. Let people live. Let them live, man. And however they think, however they walk, whatever side of the aisle that they're on, let them be on that side. And you just mind your own freaking business. How about that? How about you just mind your own freaking business? That's what I say. Let's continue.
And it's emotional. It gets you angry. But mostly I just want to fix it.
So police did confirm with me today that they are investigating, but they had no additional details to share at this time. Reporting live in Springfield Township with photojournalist Chris Waldman, Brooklyn Andrews, Fox 19 Now.
All right, family, you seen that video, you heard that video, and, you know, for most of us, this is some disturbing stuff. It really is, to a point of where, you know, you take out a gun and shoot at a vehicle that has a license plate that says something that you disagree with. You know, again, as I mentioned earlier, you know, I'm a Steelers fan, you know, so yeah, I'm also a Florida State fan too. Florida State Seminoles, go baby, go Noles, you know. So if a University of Miami person wears a University of Miami shirt, and I should treat them in the same way. You know what I'm saying? According to these people, I should treat them in the same exact way. And again, you know, that's just not something that I'm willing to do, and that's just not something that I agree with. And you know, people who are in my circle of friends that I have, or those that I consider that I hold near and dear to me, they don't look at it this way either. You know, let people live. Let people believe in whatever it is that they want to believe. Now, again, I think that we should have healthy debate. You know, who knows? You can change someone's mind in a healthy debate where you actually state your case positively and eloquently, and people understand where you're coming from. I think that having a debate is great. But these people don't want to have a debate. Their first inclination is to resort to violence. And again, I'm not with that at all. I'm really not. You know, a couple of weeks ago, there was an old lady at Target who had on a Charlie Kirk shirt. Now, she worked for Target. Target's policy is that you need to wear a red shirt and khaki pants or tan pants. All right, so she had on a red Charlie Kirk shirt and she had on her tan pants. She was well within Target's policy. All right, there was another younger, and this lady was like 73, 74 years old. So another young lady walked in. She couldn't have been more than 30.
The Charlie Kirk shirt. Yes, yes, I know.
Are you stupid?
No.
Why the would you wear that? You're at work at Target. That's not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt. You support a racist.
30. She was mid-20s, 30, something to that effect. She walked in, and that Charlie Kirk shirt triggered her. And she cursed at the older lady, and she told the old lady she was going to get her fired and she was going to report her to management. And family, come on. Is this where we are now as a society? That people can't wear what they want to wear and be happy in the skin that they're in? I think that there's something wrong with that. To the point it triggers you so much that you shoot at them, that you're going to report them to upper management. Why? Because they wearing something.
Well, no, because they're wearing something different than I don't agree with what they're wearing.
Then stop looking at them. Don't shop at that store anymore. There's plenty of things that you can do except be triggered and act a fool. That's what I call it, acting a fool. You know, the lady said on there, Miss Jody, I think her name was Jody. Yeah, her name was Jody. Jody said that, she wants to fix it. Jody, let me be the first to tell you. Let me tell you something. You can't fix it. You can't fix it. People are going to have to search within themselves and fix themselves. You can't fix it. This mind virus supersedes any type of medication. It supersedes any type of psychiatric treatment, anything that we could put forth. This mind virus is crazy. Pull out a gun and think about this, family. If they catch the person, that person has put their life in jeopardy, put their freedom in jeopardy. You think I'm going to jail? How do you explain that to your children?
You know what, Dad, what did they got you for?
Lady had a license plate, MAGA girl. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, but again, sadly to say, that's where we are. And as I told you guys earlier, doesn't matter if my family and my friends, church people, or my coworkers, if they don't like the way I think, that's okay. I mean, it really is. That's okay, because some of their ideas, I can tell them now. I tell them to their face, I don't agree. But I still love them, and I still serve them, and I still treat them as if I want to be treated. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference between the two? I get called all sorts of names, bootlicker, you black this, you black that. I've even had one person tell me that I wasn't black. Yeah, you ain't black, because I don't think the way that she thought. And so her initial reaction, not to debate me, not to come up with facts, evidence, and proof of what she's saying is true. Her first inclination is to say, are you black? You ain't really black. And again, someone in the comments, please explain to me what being black, what that is, because as far as I can tell, I'm as black as they get. All right, and the last thing that I want to mention is that she said that words don't hurt. Yes, ma'am. In 20, let's say 20, maybe 14, 2013, 2012, maybe words didn't hurt back then. But in 2026, words kill. Yes, words kill in 2026. Ideas kill in 2026. And it used to be a time where who cared? People just mind their business and just, walked off or whatever have you. You may have gotten home, talked about it with your wife, or talked about it with your mom and dad or whatever have you. But nowadays, people are not resorting to that. They're not waiting for that. They're not doing that at all. What they're doing is they taking action right then and there. And again, to me, that's the sign of a child. That's the sign of immaturity. And so this person, whoever took these pot shots at this lady in her car, you, sir, ma'am, are an immature imbecile. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just not the type of person to sugarcoat it. Some people
be hello, you just never know what person would they going through or whatever have you.
Suppose he would have killed her. You know what I'm saying? Suppose this would have led directly to her death. Would you be okay with that? And again, the reason why we're in the boat that we're in is because people are scared to talk. There are people with intelligent, very important things to say, but being that loud crowd actually drowns out their voice, they don't say it. And I'll close with this. I had a coworker, I came in early one morning, I had a coworker that had a very valid point in what they were saying. And I said, well, why don't you talk about that? And she said,
alone, if I talk about this, you know what they're gonna do.
And again, this is the whole plan of those that are on that side. Their whole plan is to shut you up so that you don't say the truth, so that you don't present your facts, your evidence, and your proof. The whole plan is to shut you up and to silence you. They will gather around them many people. They will yell and scream as loud as they can to prevent you from providing your facts, evidence, and proof. As loud as they can. This, family, is the sign of immaturity. And again, I'm open to debate. I'm open to debate. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And if I'm proven wrong, then I have no problem in saying, you know what, I was wrong, and changing my thoughts, my ideology. I have no issue with that at all. So again, I'll leave that right there. But tell me what you guys think. Do you think that this is a bit much? As I do, that you know, people should be allowed to think the way that they want to think, and you know, allowed to conduct their lives the way that they want to conduct their lives without fear of being targeted? Or do you feel like, we just can't allow people in society to think in certain circles and certain ways? We have to actually control the way that they think, because they may, think differently than we think, and they may influence other people to think the way that they think, and we just can't have that. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Please like, comment, and share this video with your family and friends so that they are aware. Again, this is 2026 and people are not playing. If you don't think the way that they think, they're gonna handle that business right then and there. And I love it when people think the way that I think. I can have a decent conversation with them, and we can chop it up and just have a good time. But also, I love it when people don't think the way that I think, because I think that that's a time where either you can move my needle or I can actually move your needle to where we can still be friends or still be associates or co-workers or whatever have you, but yet just disagree on an issue. And again, I don't think that should be a problem. So again, love to hear what you guys have to think, what you guys think on this issue. Also, if you find it within your heart to do so, please subscribe to the channel, baby. We'd love to have you as a member of the Papa Lowe's Place family. All right. So in the meantime and in between time, as you work your thing and I work my, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. All right. So in the meantime, you guys take care of yourselves and take care of each other. All right? I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.